situation specifically, there were a lot of people, and it was very hard for my people to determine who was. Like, I get it. I understand he was running. There's no intention of shooting DR, right? At all. Like, we would never do that on purpose ever. But the issue that was brought to my attention is there were so many people in that scene. Um, it was like one of those situations. It's like they didn't know what was happening, um, and a lot of that was because Diesel, right, fired upon us.
From what I understand,
Or
Diesel's interaction took place well after the first one did, where Cowboy got shot in the back.
okay.
This
Was Diesel not there in the first interaction that happened
No.
outside of the streets of LS?
He wasn't even in
So
the
you weren't
city.
there. Okay.
You
So
weren't
this
there.
is what happened. Okay, this is what happened. Me and
Yeah, yeah.
Cowboy and Sammy were hanging out at LSC. We're cool with the Linguinis, you know, and I know,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
that's
I know
just
you
what it
guys
is.
are. Yeah, that's
So
fine.
we
Yeah.
were hanging out at LSC, and I went with the Rose Brothers and Vinny to do something else, and then we hear that there's shots back, and
Mhm.
I come back, and Cowboy says, "Well, someone shot me in the back," and they kept shooting me like they didn't stop. And so I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck? Like, this is not the first time this has happened with the syndicate, you know, and not you guys specifically, but with Grayson. And this is the second time that you guys have shot us. And
So
so yeah, I rolled back for, you know, a one hit, one retaliation, and that's going to be hopefully our saving grace to end all this.
yeah.
But
So
you
was
guys are
Cowboy
either
downed or no?
no, he didn't go down.
Oh, if he would have gotten downed,
So they saw that he was running, and they told me that they stopped shooting because
They did
saw
not
who
stop
it was.
shooting. I had to get around the corner of the building before I wasn't getting hit anymore.
Okay.
That's my thing.
It's not so much that you guys, we know you weren't there for us, right? We know that's not what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, of course.
But you guys don't seem to care enough to not shoot us. It seems like when we're with the Linguinis, that's what the problem is.
well,
No,
there's a couple of questions that I have on my mind. Is first of all, was there any initiation, or did they just roll up and start shooting in a mechanic shop?
I mean,
The
it wasn't
initiation
in
was
the mechanic
outside. It
shop. It
wasn't
was
in the
like
mechanic
outside.
shop.
Outside.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
from
in
the street.
shop. It
So
was.
That's
it was on
more
the street outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Linguinis have, you know, I know that I don't know what happened, you
Yeah.
know,
No.
between them and the government that night, or whatever. But
But
And
my thing is, like Diesel said, this is the second time DR has gotten caught in the crossfire.
well, I know the first time, which I saw it firsthand, right? That was not. That was something completely different. It wasn't a random occurrence. It wasn't like there were shots fired. Your
yeah,
people involved themselves in the situation when they didn't need to.
well, yeah, because they didn't know who was shooting at them.
Right,
gonna
but no
shoot
one was
back.
shooting. Right, but no one was shooting at them at that time. Right. So that first occurrence wasn't even like, you can't justify that as like that was us shooting at them, because that wasn't the case at all for that situation. That was completely different. We were making a hit on them, and it turned into something that it wasn't supposed to be. But there
yeah.
was nothing to bring your MC in whatsoever. Because like I said, like, we're all friends. I'm friends with Diesel, friends with Jose, friends with Rooster, friends with everyone. I've never had an issue with you guys. We've never had issues. We've never had beef. We've done business together many times in the past. I promise you, bro. There's no reason for the syndicate to ever step on y'all's toes, and there's no reason for y'all to step on our toes. And with the Linguinis as well, it's not even serious beef. There was just an issue that day, which I'm gonna talk to Vinny tonight as well. But it's just our soldiers were making decisions when me and him weren't around, and doing things that they shouldn't have been doing.
I
And
mean, if
that's
you
on
guys
both
see us
sides.
around and you're about to do something, I mean, hell, call me, text me. say, hey, can you guys leave or something,
No,
because
I get it, bro. I get that, Diesel, but the thing is I know, like, and that's why, like, for our last beef, y'all literally asked us to not touch red. We didn't do it out of respect for you guys. We didn't touch red at all, not one time,
yeah, we appreciate that.
just because we know like who she is to y'all, so we didn't cross that boundary on purpose because we respect the people that we know, right? And like I mean, there's no point for us to. We gain nothing from it. So it's like there's no point for us to, and I just want to work things out, but at the same time, and I understand like the situation and shit, and I understand that it's like in the moment, it's like a very difficult decision to make because in the moment you don't know who's like hitting them, right? And I get that, and I apologize that Cowboy got shot up because that was not the intention, um, at all. And I apologize to you personally, Cowboy, for that because that was not right. It was just a situation. It was very hectic. But at the same time, it's like when we're doing an op, I just being involved and assisting someone that we're like beefing with at that time, it's just not okay.
Well, we're going to be at LSC sometimes. I mean, we support local businesses and we have a reason to be there.
No,
My thing is, if you're going to run a hit like that, it needs to be more carefully orchestrated because there were people there that weren't even associated with DR or anybody, just fucking civilians, and they're getting caught up in the middle of that shit, and that's not cool, especially when it's happening at a business.
well, that's why they try to keep it in the street, not involved inside of the grounds. They kept it literally on the street for that reason, to not bring people who were inside involved.
People were running out from,
And the people that ran
LS.
outside, exposed themselves to what we were doing. Because we would never go inside a business. We would never, like, you guys know how I operate, bro. I don't even like doing things at businesses at all, which I already yelled at my group for even bringing it to that location regardless. The only reason why I didn't fucking shoot them myself is because they kept it completely outside on the street and didn't even press into the exterior in that parking lot outside of LS. They literally kept it on the street. And then
And
everyone
that's
ran
fair.
outside.
Cowboy, did you run outside when you heard gunshots?
No, I was already outside. I was out there talking to people. I don't even know if they were linguinis or not.
Yeah, because we would never ever, no matter what. Like I have very strict rules, and one of my rules is to never do anything at a business that compromises it. Now they did overstep that rule, and they did do it by the business right outside the street, which, in my opinion, does kind of constitute it. And that's why I took care of that myself.
But it seems like the issue was shooting from the street into that area. Apparently, they couldn't very well tell who they were shooting at.
Right, and that's the thing too, right? Because it was just there were so many people running like towards them. They didn't know who to shoot at the time. And I understand that Cowboy was running away, but there was so much fire that it was just very hectic. But I promise you there was nothing that intended to harm him. And Cowboy knows that I love him to death. There would be nothing to ever affect you guys whatsoever with what we do, right? And we had like a weird beef day. The soldiers of both our groups were acting up, and it kind of turned into something it wasn't supposed to be. Because like I'm all about respect, and if anyone disrespected you, that's why I'm here to apologize for. But at the same time, it's like I also don't want to be disrespected because I'm all about respect. And like if your members were like acting on their own like at that time and like trying to hit us, then I have an issue with that specifically.
Well,
But
it was, it's a retaliation thing. You draw blood from us, we
no,
give it
no,
back.
no. And I know that Jesse was killed, so y'all got that retaliation. And I'm not even gonna bring that up. Like this isn't, like I'm not here to fucking be like, y'all did this, y'all did that. It's just, I just want to come and talk to y'all, man to
Yeah.
man, and just like, like figure it out, bro. Because there's no reason for us to beef. Either of us gain anything from it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're
From
gonna have any issues. I
No,
just,
of course.
like
Of course.
Diesel said, if you notice that we're in an area or something like that, and you're planning something, just shoot a text or give a ring, and we'll clear out.
I won't even say anything to linguinis, man. Like for respect out of your guys' shit.
I've
Like if
I've
you tell
told
me, I
Vinny
will
and
fucking leave.
I've told Vinny and my sister we don't get involved in their shit, and they don't get involved in ours. I would appreciate, I mean, it's really up to you, but leave my sister out of it unless she,
No. Red will
unless she
never be
picks
touched,
up a
bro.
gun or something like that. Then
No, like even during the war, bro. Like when we were at war with them, I was like talking with Diesel and Jose, and we didn't touch her specifically, just out of respect for you guys, because you guys asked us not to. We said, all right, cool, we won't do it at all. And there were many times we could have, but we just didn't do it, pure out of respect.
From my
I
side,
appreciate that.
Prez, I mean, and my respect for these guys right here too. And I don't know how Cowboy feels. I mean, he is the one that was shot, but they shot at us. We went back and shot at them. I feel pretty square, I guess, as far as that goes. But
Mhm.
to keep shit from happening in the future, I mean, let us know, or at least I don't know.
Cowboy, you got anything you want to say?
No, I'm pretty square.
Yeah, I don't think we have an issue then. I
All right,
appreciate
cool,
y'all
boys.
coming out.
Yeah, cool,
Sounds
man.
good.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to reach out, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, Lucy.
Yeah,
Johnny.
bro. Of course. Yeah, guys. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all bringing us to your humble bar, and having the
Absolutely.
conversation.
Want a road beer?
Prez, respect to you, 100%.
Y'all take road city.
But yeah, boys. We'll get out of your hair. I got some more business I have to do tonight. So,
You don't want one for the road?
of course.
Oh yeah.
You kidding
Little
me?
road soda? You kidding me?
Give me another gold,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, I'll get those.
Give me another gold.